Namaste, everyone. I wanted to hop on and wish you a happy, happy day. And I wanted to share with you my outside. For so many of us today, finding that inner calm and that inner peace has been very elusive. I get so many messages of people in pain because of loss and uncertainty. And it's hard. This time can be really hard. But there's a few things that we can do to immediately feel better. If you're feeling that sense of why am I here? Why the heck am I on the planet? What is the purpose of all of this? Why am I chasing my tail constantly? How do I just get up like when I was a little kid and just not have to do anything but be? And maybe we can't be like that 24/7, but we can be like that for parts of the day. Hi guys, thank you for coming on. I hope everything's beautiful in your world. So as my electricity is going on and off, I stop and I invite you into my world to understand that we are that elusive peace. It's our nature to be compassionate. It's our nature to love. It is our purpose and our will on the planet to love and to be loved. And when we feel pain and when we feel separateness, we've gone away from that. So whoever's next to you right now, or whatever you're doing if you're alone, I want you to hug yourself or whoever's next to you. Feel that connection. Feel the source that made all of us, that made this. I have lizards and toads and all kinds of birds back here playing, and I tried to zoom in for you, but they're jumping around too much. And why are they so content? Because they just are. They don't have to be anything. They don't have to look like anything. They don't have to be impressive. They don't need an agenda for today to chock it full of things to do so that we feel like we are worthy of another day on the planet. So my message is, you are exactly where you need to be at this time. And if we're looking at each other, then this is where we're supposed to be together. And when we can tap into that vibration, when we can tune the radio frequency and get away from the and find our personal station that speaks to us, which is vibration and frequency that Einstein talks about, when we find it, that's when you go through those days where everything just goes right. Not perfect, but that sense of knowing why you're on the planet. Knowing that this isn't some random accident. Knowing that our job is to love and to be loved. My job is to love you and send that to you. And your job is to give it back to me. So send me some love in the comments, because it's a reciprocal agreement. And from there, we can go into the mundane life. Once we find that inner calm, then we can go into planning a day on purpose. It's not to say that we don't have dishes to do and kids to pick up and careers to think about changing if we're unhappy. All of that is part of coming down into this human body. And why is that? Well, The spiritual masters say that we are really excited to be in non-physical. That being in non-physical is being perfect. That whatever you want to hold in your mind and your heart as being in non-physical with pure consciousness, it's so hard to get our heads wrapped around this. But there is a part of us that can go out of the body, right? And that's the part of us that's not in physical when we're not on the planet. But why do we want to come down? Why would we want to put ourselves through this if we've attained pure spirituality in the upper realms? And the reason that I truly believe it is, the one that always has stuck with me, is because when we're up there, down here, around here, in the ether, we can't touch. I can't feel my skin. I can't taste that first bite of my favorite dinner. I can't hug you. I can't speak to you. I can't feel the connection. I can feel you through the phone because I'm intuitive and empathic. I can feel you, but I want to talk to you. So if we want to experience our senses, we make this contract that we're coming down for a purpose. Each single one of us has a life purpose and a life path. And that's why we're here. So understand that if you're in pain, and if you're feeling disconnected, and if all of this is just so much right now, that it's okay. Sit with that. It's okay. We are not supposed to be funny and bright and beautiful and spiritual and have great jobs all the time. It's just not why we're here. Then we would have been made in perfection, and what's the point? So we're here to be in the mess, and we're here to create a divine world through ourselves. We're here to elevate this physical plane. And that's why when we help an older lady with her groceries to the car, why do we feel so good afterwards? It's because that's the part of our soul that knows this is why we're here. When we bring children into the world, moms, when you give birth, dads, when you see your child for the first time, this is why we're here. Because you're helping another soul fill its life purpose by coming in to physical. This is what we do. And our job down here is not to be perfect, and not to make it not messy, and not to cry. It's to experience all of that and help each other through it, and help a larger collective when we can, so that we're not suffering anymore, and then we can elevate. And sometimes I feel like we think we're stuck in the Maya. The Maya is the blindness. The Maya is the part where we can't see the bigger picture. So go out and dance in the rain. Find your favorite music. I don't care if you have to go into your closet to find space by yourself, but put on that music and sit with it, or dance with it. Dance naked in your bedroom if you want. Find what makes you have that joie de vivre, that sense of, this is why I'm here. And when we're in so much pain, we lose sight of that. And that's why we're all tangled up in arguments and fighting with our families and addictions, and God forbid, suicides. These children that are at home and don't have a connection and don't have reminders as to why they're on the planet, which is to love and be loved. They're all alone, they're isolated, they feel horrible about themselves, they can't connect. We are beings that send out heart signals up to 8 meters wherever we go. And now here we are, like I am, alone in my house with my 2 guinea pigs, and I have to figure out a way to connect. All of a sudden, I felt called to connect with you. I want you to feel this. It is so cold out there right now. Even though it's 86 degrees, the wind is coming through. And it gives me chills. This is free. This is reality. So find a way. Talk to a friend that elevates you. Message me if you want to start a conversation just about this. This is my jam. This is why I'm on the planet. Why are you on the planet? What fills you up? And even if you can't do that full time, if you're great with kids, or you're a lawyer to help others out of a jam, or you're in the service industry, whatever it is, know that you have purpose. That only you can do with your mind and your body and your spirit while you're here. No one else can do it. And what happens is, if we're on our life path and we start to feel all kinds of pain and sorrow and conflict and anger, we've gone off it. And those feelings and emotions are gentle reminders that we're not being authentic, that we're not doing why we're here. And so we go through that and we feel it until it's so painful we seek help, or we find the light ourselves, and then we come back on, and that's when you wake up, and those days where it all just goes seamlessly. All the lights are green. The kids are in a good mood, or if you don't have kids, your best friends are reaching out to you. So stop. Stop. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. It's a miracle that that's how we're staying alive. How often do we even think about it? Awareness begins by teaching the mind who's boss. Awareness begins by training the mind that it doesn't get to think whatever it wants, that part of you, the true you, decides what to think. And I know that sounds impossible sometimes, but it is achievable. That we can go into a walking meditation on the beach and pay attention to the waves and tell our minds, you can come back in 20 minutes, but not right now. I've been doing it since I was about 17 years old. And when I lose that, when I get caught up in the Maya, is when I find myself in trouble. So, it stopped raining. Kisses, love. Smile. It activates the smile, activates the feeling. Let me know how your day's going. Let me know what you're busy doing today. Namaste.